So here are my 3 favorite SpyT trades. Now when I'm talking about a SpyT trade, I'm talking about a very specific type of trade. It's an overnight swing trade which is based off of a signal at the end of the trading day. Now the one I use is over at spytomorrow.com. You can really use any signal or combination of signals that you wish, but it's important to be consistent and use the same signal or signals every time. Don't keep chasing signals because that just won't work. We're taking advantage of the overnight gap and we're amplifying that gap with options. Now, what options am I buying? Generally, I'll use the SPY or the QQQ or even the IWM. Although, if you're considering the SPY, you might want to consider some of the bigger movers within the SPY or even the QQQ, such as Apple or Google. Test it out first, but you can use any kind of option you wish to take advantage of that overnight swing. And I generally depend on 3 types of trade strategies. 2 of them have hedges, and 1 definitely can make the most amount of money. Number 3 is a strategy I use when I'm not sure which way the market might go, but I do have a direction from my indicator. Now, if you don't know which direction the market might go, you could consider a straddle. And this one is not that far off of a straddle. It's the SpyT S, which is directional. However, if the market goes the opposite direction, it doesn't take much for it to become profitable the other way. The SpyT S is the one we generally use for the 30-day challenge. Number 2 uses the traditional SpyT trading methodology, the 2-to-1 options ratio. Many of the SpyT trades have 2-to-1 option ratios in different forms. For the SpyT B, which is my second favorite, uses a 2-to-1 option ratio in this way. You might buy a call if the indicator says up, say for $3, and then you would look for a put about half price, so around $1.50. I really like the SpyT B because if the indicator is correct, there's a lot of room there to make some solid gains. However, if the market mood changes and goes the opposite direction, you can truly minimize your losses and even make gains if it really goes south. Honestly, I created the SpyT system out of self-preservation. When the indicator started to fade and was only 65–70% correct, I wanted a hedge, so if the indicator was really wrong or the market changed in a big way, I still had the opportunity to make money, if not minimize my losses. However, after our updates of implementing the HEART algorithm and improved data sets, we're now over 75 and over 80% correct regularly, which leads us to the opportunity to start trading my favorite trade once again. And my number 1 favorite trade? Well, certainly the directional call or put trade, which can lead to huge profits. But the thing is, the indicator really needs to be 70% or better accurate on a regular basis. Otherwise, you can lose a lot of money. If you have 2, 3, 4, 5 days of incorrect indicators, that can take you out of the game. And when the indicators are below 70% correct, that's when you need to implement the SpyT trading systems so you have a hedge when the market goes the other direction. However, when the indicator is 75–80% correct on a regular basis, I assure you those outsized gains make up for any of those days in which there are losses. If you go directional, you really have to understand your risk tolerance so you can develop the correct position sizes for each of your trade. Is it 5%, 10%, 20%? Look, if the indicator is right 75–80% of the time, you can probably put up 25–30% regularly, but you also have to expect that you could lose half of your money or even more on the days the indicator is wrong or the mood of the market changes. So if it's tough for you to handle such big losses, definitely consider smaller position sizes. And as always, I recommend you set up a separate account for high-risk trades because that's what this is, high-risk trading. And always remember, don't try to fix the bad trades. I have lost the most amount of money trying to fix bad trades, thinking it's going to come back. No, move on to the next day. There's always another market, another day, another overnight swing trade for you. But when you try to fix a bad trade, chances are emotion is taking over, and that will take you out of the game. I'll see you in the next video.